Hi everyone, I'm Pat Prokop, and it's Friday, March the 10th. We had a cloudy, gloomy day today, but temperatures relatively mild in the middle 60s. Normal high for this time of the year is about 69 degrees. So, we're staying relatively mild, but the question is, will the clouds clear off? Will the rain go away? Will more rain be on the way? And more importantly, what about St. Patrick's Day, which is a week from today? And between now and then, what about that cold snap that's coming this way? Well, let's take a look at everything on right now. So let's go to the weather maps and looking at the radar summary from across the eastern portion of the country. Most of the precipitation in our area has moved off the coast and away from our area. And off to the west, another storm system has moved onshore into California, now moving into the southern Rockies and also into the northern Rockies with rain and snow falling out there. That might be affecting our weather come along about Sunday afternoon, more so Sunday night and early Monday morning before daybreak. So overnight on Sunday, we might see the effects of this weather here, and we could see some thunderstorms from that. Looking at the satellite view for tonight, the satellite forecast, here we are right now with the cloud cover across the region late in the afternoon on Friday. And then as we go through the night, the sky begins to clear out, and throughout the overnight hours after midnight, we should see a clear sky. The moon will be rising in the east at about 11 o'clock tonight, and it's a waning gibbous moon. Good time to plant potatoes if you want to go by the calendar and the moon lore. You plant potatoes only during a waning gibbous moon, which we have right now. Anyway, as we go into time, here we are at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. The sky is clear. We should say mostly sunny throughout the day tomorrow, but then some clouds will start increasing tomorrow night and going into Sunday with a chance for rain moving into the area on Sunday. Now, let's look at the computer models. First of all, here we are right now. Going into the evening hours, we do see that clearing sky moving in across our region. And then there's that system that was over here in California earlier this afternoon. Will be moving into our area for the day on Sunday. This is 8 o'clock on Sunday morning. And off to the north, it's mixing with the cold air. And they're going to have a pretty hefty snowstorm across the upper and middle Mississippi River Valley into the Great Lakes states, but not for us. We'll have mild temperatures and chance for rain and showers and thunderstorms. This is for sunset on Sunday, and as you can see, the snow continues off to the north, and then this system moves offshore by Sunday night, Monday morning out of our area with clearing and cooler weather, but not as cold as we first thought. It looks like temperatures will be dropping down into the upper 30s Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, but not quite as cold as we thought. Plus, there's going to be a bit of a wind, so I'm not expecting any frost from this system moving in. We're going to take a look at the temperatures in just a moment, but off to the northeast, they're expecting to see some snow out of that. Maybe some moderate to heavy snow up around New York, Long Island, over into the middle portions of New England, over into the Boston area. And another storm begins to move onshore into California. They just can't get a break this year. They've been praying for the rain, and boy, they have sure been getting the rain and the snow. And this is for Tuesday afternoon. They're expecting more heavy rains out there. But let's move ahead as we see fair weather for most of next week with relatively mild temperatures. And then going into St. Patrick's Day itself, here we are on sunrise Friday morning, March the 17th. And look at that, high pressure right off the coast, giving us a light southerly breeze and temperatures warming into the 70s. So I'm going to have the St. Patrick's Day forecast coming up in just a little bit. Let's take a look at the Storm Prediction Center, because there's going to be a threat for severe weather across portions of the southern part of the country, particularly across eastern Oklahoma into Arkansas for tomorrow. But then as we look ahead for Sunday, that system advances eastward into southern half of Mississippi and Alabama, into west portions of Georgia with a slight chance, and then a marginal chance, a little less than a slight chance is what marginal means in this case, for severe weather in our area for Sunday late afternoon, Sunday night, and into the overnight hours on Sunday. Now, let's take a look at the conditions for the next several days out in advance for the next couple of weeks. And let's first of all look at the 6 to 10 day forecast. And it looks like most of the nation will be below normal or near normal weather conditions across, well, including our area here. And rainfall will be slightly above normal for the following week. This is right after St. Patrick's Day. And then again, going into that 8-day to 14-day forecast, there we remain slightly below normal and rainfall slightly above normal. So let's take a look at the my 6-week weather outlook. It's right here on my website, savannahpat.name. There you can see it right above my head right there. There's the website. Anyway, for the week of March 10th through 17th, that's next week, including St. Patrick's Day, temperatures slightly below the normal for this time of the year, but normal high is 71 degrees, so, slightly below normal. That's not too bad. That's in the mid to upper 60s. However, it'll be warmer on St. Patrick's Day itself, and normal low is now up to 48 degrees. So even if we're below normal, we should stay above the freezing line, and that's what it looks like the following week, March 18th through the 24th. Normal high is 72, normal low is 49. So even though we're going to be below normal, we should stay above freezing. So if you got that garden going, and I have a new garden video coming out very shortly, it looks pretty good, particularly in coastal Georgia. On the western side of Interstate 95, it might be a different situation. You might want to hold off just a couple of more days or maybe 1 or 2 more weeks before things go into the ground. And looking at March 25th to March 31st, the end of the month, you see temperatures back to normal, and normal high is 74 and normal low is 51 for that time period. So let's take a look at the what I want to do is looking right now at the St. Patrick's Day forecast. Oh, before I do that, let's talk about this. The daylight saving time begins, and there it is right there. This begins tomorrow night before you go to bed. Actually, officially at 2 a.m. Sunday morning, you change the clock ahead 1 hour to 3 a.m. We've been going back and forth from daylight saving time to Eastern Standard Time for years now, but this might be the last time we actually change the clocks. And this is the weekend that we change the clock, the Saturday night before you go to bed. Officially, if you want to be technical about it, at 2 o'clock in the morning, you change your clock forward to 3 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. And then we remain on daylight saving time for the remainder of the summer into the autumn months. Now, Georgia passed a law last year saying that we will remain on daylight saving time when the nation goes back to Eastern Standard Time in the first weekend in November. What that means is that instead of going back to Eastern Standard Time, we're going to remain on daylight saving time. Does that sound confusing? Let me confuse you even more. That will make us Atlantic Standard Time. We'll be basically fixed on our time zone, not going back and forth in the spring and then falling back in the autumn months. However, that also means that in the winter months, our sun will be setting at 6:30 in the afternoon or early evening, but it won't rise until 8:25 in the morning in the winter months. But this is all pending. The national government has to give the states okay to do this. Right now, the government says states can remain on Eastern Standard or on Standard Time, or if it's the East Coast, it'd be Eastern Standard Time, but they cannot stay on daylight saving time. They can pick a choice whether to stay all the time on Standard Time or flip back and forth from Standard Time to Daylight Time back to Standard Time. Everybody gets confused and grumpy and whatever during the time change. So this weekend particularly because you lose that 1 hour of sleep. But we will remain on Daylight Saving Time if Congress says, okay, you can do that. For right now, they says you can't do it, but the law will most likely go through this summer in Congress saying, yeah, states can pick whether they want to stay on daylight time, standard time, or flip back and forth. But in the process, we will most likely remain on daylight time and become Atlantic Standard Time. So the standard time zones will be Atlantic Standard Time, Eastern Time, Central Time, Mountain Time, and Western Time. So, but we would be 4 hours different at all times from Greenwich Mean Time, which is the prime meridian that runs through Greenwich, England, or basically you can say London. So keep that in mind. Now, what about St. Patrick's Day? We got that coming up over here. And let's take a look at that. The St. Patrick's Day coming up a week from today, week on Friday, March the 17th. And it looks like things are looking very good. At the moment, it looks like it's going to be a fair to partly cloudy day with parade temperatures starting the parade about 64 degrees, ending the parade about 74, getting up to about 78, 79 degrees on St. Patrick's Day afternoon. And then the winds will be light southerly, nothing blustery at 6 to 12 miles an hour, which will actually be perfect to see those flags ruffling in the winds with the parade going on. So we'll keep an eye on that, but it looks like everything's going to go very well for the St. Patrick's Day conditions across our area. And here we go. So with that being said, I hope you have some great plans for this weekend. Oh, I wanted to look at those temperatures. I said I was going to look at the temperature. Let's look at the temperature forecast and have it right over here. Looking at the temperatures, we're going to see those values in the 60s for tomorrow, upper 60s at that with lots of sunshine. So that's going to feel really nice. And then in the 70s on Sunday, but we could see some thunderstorms Sunday night and into early Monday morning. And then cooler air moves in for Tuesday, highs only in the upper 50s to lower 60s. And then warming back into the upper 60s by Thursday. And then for Friday, St. Patrick's Day, those values will be in the middle 70s to upper 70s. So it looks very nice with lots of sunshine, fair to partly cloudy weather conditions. Those low temperatures, though, here we go. The coldest night will be Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, with the values dropping down into the middle 30s across many locations away from the coast. That would usually produce frost, but I expect will be a breeze blowing throughout the nighttime hours, enough wind to keep the air mixing to keep any frost from developing. Further inland around the Statesboro area, Millen, 31 degrees there, forecast low. Reedsville, about 35, and then over into Statesboro, about 33 degrees. For the low. So it's going to be a chilly one. So if you have the garden going, you might want to keep an eye on that. But again, I'm most likely not expecting any frost across our area. So with that being said, I hope everything is going well for you. And I have a garden video that I'm producing. The garden is up and growing over here at the Heavenly Backyard Garden. And I also just produced an astronomy video about how to connect my telescope, how you connect your telescope if you're into astrophotography, from your inside computer, your main power computer, to the outside system. But if you're into astrophotography, the link right there is down below. So if you like this page, please hit the like channel. If you like this channel or this video, hit the like button. And if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. That helps with the YouTube algorithm by subscribing, and more so by hitting that like button. And they also like it if you leave your comments below as well. And I appreciate everything. And once again, you can visit my website right there at savannahpat.name. There it is. Right there, savannahpat.name. You can follow me on my website on a day-to-day basis. I try to produce these weather videos at least once a week. So with that being said, enjoy the fine weather coming in for tomorrow and get ready. Winter not quite over yet. We'll see you then. Bye.